that in conjoining the classes today, I think that we're going to do two things. A skill mapping exercise, and we also things that we have achieved, okay, in our own life's experiences to the peer role. Okay? So when you're writing your CV, you have to represent your experiences the way a HR person would be able to consider it to be a product manager. You understand? It has to reflect that you either have PM skills properly. So take out a pen and paper and so I can't put on what I want to do now, not on the slide, but just to give you a little background. Now, communication, problem solving, leadership, professionalism, strategy, design, marketing. It's expressed in multiple ways, okay? You can communicate in multiple ways, you can prioritize in multiple ways and all of that. So, under each of them, I have what they call soft skills, okay? Things like active listening, persuasive presentation, clear writing and documentation, feedback interpretation, emotional intelligence, stakeholder management, negotiation skills, conflict resolution, storytelling, cross-cultural communication. These are like sub-expressions of the communication skill, right? Then under problem solving, you have expressions like analytical thinking, creative thinking, decision making, root cause analysis, risk management, adaptive thinking, solution-oriented mindset, logical reasoning, process improvement, scenario planning. All of these things are under problem solving. So in your continuing past experience, right, and you've done scenario planning before, that is a problem solving skill. You're not fully problem solving, leadership, professionalism, and all of that, right? What we're trying to do is find areas, okay, in our past experiences, are we together, that show that we have these skills. Yeah. We can transfer the skill from that past experience to the PM role in a past experience, okay? I can transfer that as a problem-solving skill to my PM role. So if somebody says, "Do you have problem-solving skill?" and I say, "Yes, I did scenario planning. You did some analysis." That's a problem-solving skill. Does that make sense? Are we clear? Yeah. Okay. Under leadership, so how do you say you have a transferable skill for leadership? Coaching and mentoring, decision authority, change management, inspirational and motivational. This one, it could be that you gave motivational speeches, okay? Or you were a motivational speaker. You had 20 motivational sessions. That shows leadership, that demonstrates leadership. Conflict management also demonstrates leadership. Emotional intelligence, result-oriented. Through presentation. So if maybe part of your work, if you're a teacher, for example, if you're a school teacher and you're teaching, you're presenting, you're communicating, right? That is a transferable skill. Are we together? So you can put that in your CV and you say that, look, you taught mathematics to 70 students, okay? So what we've done is that we've highlighted a skill, right? Taught, okay, is the way. So it's the way of communication. You taught 70 students in mathematics. That's some level of impact. Does that make sense? High level, low level. So you can, within each of those high levels, you need to look for how they can be expressed in your own area. How do I communicate? That is a transferable skill. Okay? Now, let's look at how you can convey these skills in your CV. So, communication, this should just give you an idea. You get all of these write-ups. You can say you articulated a presentation on mental health that led to, 80% of the participants acknowledging that their mental health is important. That statement alone has allowed us to communicate that we have a communication skill. Do you understand? That shows professionalism. Strategy, you have formulated, engineered, envisioned, scoped, forecasted, mapped, innovated, targeted, positioned, pivoted. For design, you can say you crafted, you styled something, you conceptualized, you illustrated, you fashioned. So for us in doing the manufacturing business, right? So maybe those of you who are very good with the technical part, you can say you crafted the design for the product team towards like promoted, branded, amplified, position, and the likes. Prioritization, prioritized, categorized. Okay, let me show you an example so that it is much more concrete. All of it still is an expression of communication. Does that make any sense? Okay, I won't need to share my CV, but let me try. New features. Okay? So, what kind of skill do you think I'm communicating? Introduced new features. Introduce new features. Marketing. Right. Problem solving. Very good. Strategic planning. Yes, it also reflects that as well. So you can get very, I don't know, you can mix it up, so to speak. The main thing is that you want to demonstrate that you have all the skill sets that makes the product manager who you are. I have another one. Led multiple cross-functional teams across 6 weeks to plan and organize several events and activities. Leadership. That one has skill, has impact. It doesn't have metric, but it has tools. It doesn't have metric, but it has tools. Usually, sometimes, so when I used to do my CV, I used to put a list of tools, but I removed it. I incorporated the tools into the achievements. So the skill, the impact, the metric, and the tool. Let me sing it. All right. Okay. 100 issues on Jira. What skill is that? Manage. Sound like leadership, right? Manage. Do you understand? You can express them like that. Okay. So let us, on our papers now, list 5 skills that you have from previous roles. Write down their impact and metrics. Now, if you don't have numbers for this, you can use words like significantly, and it was a little bit better, stuff like that. Measurable, not by quantifying terms, but in qualitative terms. Does that make sense? So let's do that now. Let's do that now. Do you know the use any of them? You should just use any of them. Yes, any of them. Any of them. So from those 8, come out with 5 skills. Because experience, work experience you had, where you led the team. Can you go back to a previous experience? So let's look at that first. bank policies. Okay. Can you explain bank policy? What do you mean by bank policy?
The policies of the bank.
For example?
As a teller, you're supposed to use your provide money.
Okay.
Then, as a teller, when the customer pushes you to attend to them, you have to smile, first of all, and welcome them, and before you attend to them.
Were you awarded something for that?
Not really, just appreciated.
So, when you say appreciated, in what way? How were you recognized for it?
By mentioning among the other best tellers.
Okay, so let me see that now. Consistent positive feedback. Okay, upheld, right? Or exemplified excellence in. So it would be nice to have an award. Now it gives more weight, right? So you could say awarded, right, for upholding bank policies. Alright? Now that's more than achievement, that shows professionalism. Upholding bank policies. From these kinds of exercises that whatever role you're doing, look for achievements. Okay? And you have a certificate that shows model employee. Yeah, it's good. But however, you can still say that, okay, they can ask you, oh, why did you put this? And you say, well, it's very common in my office for people not to do things, but for the past 2 years, I've not had any incident. 0 complaints, right? From whatever, the past 3 years, you've not had any complaints from the manager on, regarding upholding office policy and those kind of things. Does that make sense? That's a very tough example, actually. You don't need to have achievement attached to it. Nice one. What's the second one?
Often giving solutions to customers who are having difficulties with their mobile app in transferring and also.
So, do you remember the number of solutions you provided?
Close to 85% of our customers do them.
So 85% of our customers resolve challenges with mobile app usage or banking app issues for 85% of our customers. Yes, sir. Who else wants to try?
I collaborated with my team to create a comprehensive game design.
Okay, let me help you. I collaborated with my team to create a comprehensive game design document that outlines the game mechanics, styles, art styles, and technical specifications, leading to a good implementation of clear and timely milestones. Alright, so this is good, but this is now too long to see. So I collaborated with my team to create a comprehensive game design document and implemented it, hitting all the milestones. Right? And achieving 100% implementation success rate. I planned and conducted workshops and training sessions on sustainable development initiatives. Executed workshops impacting more than 200 people in South Nigeria. Then I developed a marketing campaign. The coverage campaign resulted in 38% increase in customer acquisition, 50% increase in retention. Campaign that led to 300% increase in customer acquisition. And then you can also secure those two metrics and put them as two different achievements. 600%, 300%, like, how do you do that? Like, okay, so this is what I did, and all of that. But all you needed was, okay, one, have growth skills, okay? And the impact is there that I really community tell everything that I show you numbers. So, does that make sense? This is what we're trying. Let's go here.
violence that would have drastically caused damage on overall well-being of clients. Then the third one, led an advocacy for female inheritance right and inclusion, which impacted positively within the community.
So that third one is good. Led an advocacy was that inheritance and inclusion event that had a positive impact. Okay. Now, try to always, so you see positive impact. It's always good. As a product manager, you have to always measure things, right? Positive impact is yet okay. It's qualitative, but it's not quantitative. So the lesson here is that you did something. 200 people. You did training. Ask them. Get feedback from them. What was the training? So many people had gotten feedback from people on rate the training 1 to 10, and then 70% tells you 6 over 10, 7 over 10. Right? You can now see, led the training and I got a 70% rating from 200 participants. Okay. So you see now it's more quantifiable and it has more, what's the word? More power. The one we talk about research. So you analyze
the effect and prevention of COVID-19 to avoid spread during the lockdown.
Okay. Was this research?
No, not in research.
Okay.
It was a kind of training and education.
Okay. So what was the outcome of it?
Outcome was that the people that were involved in the training got the right information on how to prevent.
So knowledge to 30 participants, right? Improving their skill on reduction of COVID-19 impact, property, things like that. I like finding it on find my things by numbers. So I think I can say I led them and I helped manage conflicts that led to savings in millions of naira worth of property. So they're not. Made by now. New fashion designer. I was correct. So what does that success look like? When you say success, what do you mean?
Like they were able to collect data.
Okay, so talk to a group of 28 persons with data collection and combination, and 95% of them to practice. Designed and styled 100 ready-to-wear dresses and had 100% correct, right? So designed and styled 100 ready-wear dresses and sold 100% of them. So improved any fashion house profit by 50%. So when you see improve the profit, that is only the impact and entry. What skill did you leverage to improve profit? So design and style 100 ready-to-wears that led to improved profit of 50% for LM house. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you understand that now. So you keep refining it. What you do is that when you write your CV and all these things, give it to your peer, to your mentor, to do help look at it and improve it for you. Okay? Let's see what you have. Skill set problem solving. Teach. So you taught people how to write. Okay. Taught 20%. Taught 20 people how to write with 80% graduating with high scores, high marks. Okay. I developed a strategy to reduce customer debt by introducing suites in place of to help their children. So I developed a strategy to reduce customer debt, and I developed a strategy to reduce the number of customer debt due to lack of change. So what this should be as a lesson for you, let's say within the next 2 months of this program, okay, while you are doing your business, note your accomplishments. You're selling something, note what you did, note the increase in sales, note the before, note the after. Because what now have to do is that you now be able to communicate it with factual numbers or percentages, which now give your CV more weight. Okay? Does that make sense? Alright. So, because I too also had that problem transitioning into product management where I was trying to find how many did I, what did I do, and all of that and all of that. But over time I learned that you can measure your own success even if you're not a product manager, and it will become handy when you're not a product manager. When you're working for someone, businesses are concerned about impact, no matter what you're doing. Whether you're doing marketing, whether you're doing presentation, there has to be some kind of quantifiable impact. Even if it's not going to directly affect the revenue, it should affect something that can affect revenue. I'll look at them. I think there's already a CV structure that was given on the class. Because something can check on the book. Few are the ones that are most related or needed for the job. So if the job is asking for somebody who has strong communication, strong presentation, strong design, you may not be a designer, but you are a stylist, and it's an entry-level role. You can say you styled something that shows that you have design skills. If it goes more than one page, maybe 1.5. Keep your experiences to about 3 to 4 experiences. More impact in getting that job role. The funny thing about product management is that from even applying for the product management, you have to look at the product manager. Which achievement is important. You have to weigh it and see, if I put this one. I mean, if I have an attitude, I start 100 outfits and left the revenue and sold them and left the revenue of 1 million naira in 3 months. Outfits, okay? And I train people to start 100 outfits. The 1 million naira revenue has no weight ahead. So that's what I'll put. That's how we rated it. So which of those two? The one about managing the delivery of quality issues and the one about cost reduction. Which one is stronger? So that one is going to be priority. Develop business models that help the startup launch operations and release a feature. Why are they not confident?
Okay, I think it takes us back to the quality of our
So we're going to dissect those problems using that 5 whys.
What about trust? Like lack of trust on the Made in Nigeria brand.
Lack of trust, add it.
Yes, to like.
I think we talked about ability to access. Yeah, it's part of the infrastructure. See it. Quality of raw materials. I think that's different. There's the, she was talking about quality of produce. You're talking about quality of raw materials. So when you say quality of raw materials, it's that there's no there's poor quality of raw materials. Poor quality of raw materials. Some problems relate to quality. Some problems relate to aesthetics, stylishness. Some problems relate to performance, fashion. Some problems relate to price. Some problems relate to price. Some problems have weather relations and all of that. Okay? Can we begin to group those problems together? Let's do that in this class. We'll stop here. But has the exercise been helpful? Okay. Can we do functionality? We can do it by functionality. We can group them by age group. You can group them by industry, type, or value chain. Because it's on consumption. So you can group them by different ways. There's no set way to do manufacturing, let's bring it like that will not have a cluster of problems. Does that make sense? So the other things that we would look at after that is how to structure a market report. So once you've done your research and all of that, these are your presented findings. That's how we should advance. I have kind of involved in many ways to present my market report. Everybody likes reading. I'll share notes. Nancy will post the problems and we'll just over the week engage, interact on it, group them into different things, and just by the time we come back to the next class, we'll be looking at analyzing and coming up with solutions. Alright? That makes sense. Thank you very much, everyone. You have been great sports. So like now, I'm sure I'll be